Welcome back to the news. We'll begin this half by telling you that the wife of the president, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, through her pet project, Renewed Hope Initiative (RHI), has inaugurated Women Agricultural Support Program, a scheme designed to empower female farmers in the South-South geopolitical zone of Nigeria. The event held at the banquet hall of Government House Uyo and also featured the launch of financial empowerment of small businesses for persons living with disabilities, where 100 persons benefited. Margaret Bassey reports.
Speaking at the event, wife of the president, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, disclosed that the program, which has also been held across other geopolitical zones in the country, aims at empowering 20 women from each of the 6 states in the South-South region with a sum of 500,000 naira. Senator Tinubu, who was represented at the event by the wife of the vice president, Hajia Nana Shettima, explained that 75% of the beneficiaries of the scheme are young females who are mainly into animal husbandry, poultry, and fish farming. The First Lady further announced that 100 disabled persons who are into small-scale businesses would each receive the sum of 100,000 naira to boost their businesses.
I urge all stakeholders, including government officials, community leaders, and non-governmental organizations, to work hand in hand to support local farmers to ensure food security in our communities and the nation at large.
In his remarks, the governor of Akwa Ibom State, Pastor Umoino, commended First Lady of the Federation, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, for her humanitarian disposition, where vulnerable groups across the nation are beneficiaries of the Renewed Hope Initiative. He noted that the government of Akwa Ibom State has taken steps to adopt some laudable programs into the state, such as the Arise Initiative for the Elderly, a rice-free voucher food program from the Bulk Purchasing Agency, among others.
For us in Akwa Ibom, we have said it that we may belong to a different political party, but we will work hand in hand with the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We will support him and we will ensure that his programs in Akwa Ibom succeed as much as we can. And we thank Her Excellency for bringing all our women together, all of the First Ladies, across party lines to ensure that we deliver the dividends of democracy to our people.
In her opening remarks, the wife of Akwa Ibom State Governor, Pastor Patience Umoino, who is also the state coordinator for the Renewed Hope Initiative, said the women in agriculture often face numerous challenges, including limited access to resources, land, and education. She also pointed that empowering women will help unlock their full potentials, increase food security, and boost economic growth in rural communities.
I must commend our mother, the nation's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, for empowering women in agriculture and supporting individuals with disabilities. A development that promotes equality and leads to innovation and diversity. I advise all the beneficiaries to make judicious use of the funds.
In a goodwill message, the zonal coordinator, Renewed Hope Initiative, South-South Zone, and the First Lady of Bayelsa State, Dr. Gloria Diri, applauded Senator Oluremi Tinubu on her deliberate efforts to change the narrative in the 6 geopolitical zones through the empowerment of women, youth, children, and elderly programs cutting across political lines and affiliations. Drafts of 10 million naira each were presented to the 6 governors' wives from the South-South geopolitical zone for further issuance to the women in agriculture. Beneficiaries from the different clusters of persons living with disabilities appreciated the initiative, which they said will help revamp their businesses. Margaret Bassey, AKBC News.
Following the overwhelming victory of the AKBC TV Chapel of the NUJ on Cultural Parade at the just concluded World Press Freedom Day, the Director General of AKBC, Mrs. Magdalene Udokang, has congratulated the chapel on the victory. And Paul reports that members of the chapel presented the trophy won to the Director General at AKBC Transmitting Station in Tarian.
Friday, May 3, 2024 witnessed 16 chapels of the Akwa Ibom State Nigeria Union of Journalists Council gather at the Press Center Uyo to mark the day in line with the 2024 theme of the celebration. All the chapels were gorgeously adorned in the attires of different tribes in Nigeria. AKBC TV Chapel came out in a fracas as worn by the royal households. Of AKBC visited the chapel to congratulate members for the victory.
Receive with all amounts of joy this trophy. I was personally there to identify with the success story. I was elated, and this chapel in particular, Television Chapel of NUJ, is synonymous with success. We are always going and bringing back glories. This is not the first time. I'm happy to identify with you. I identify with success.
The chairman of the chapel, Comrade Uruarekong, thanked the DG for identifying with the chapel in the press center, saying,
The 6th Battalion Nigerian Army, Wellington Basi Barracks Ibawa, has commenced live firing exercise at the battalion's firing range. The exercise, which holds daily till Thursday this week, lasts from 6 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock in the evening. Captain U. Hussein, in a release made available to our newsroom, says inhabitants of Ibawa, Ikoropong, Okong, Ikorafa, Mbrakong, Itong, and Ikanang villages should not panic but keep off the range area throughout the exercise. A standby force is to be established by the Economic Community of West African States to aid Nigeria and other West African nations in combating terrorism. This initiative comes as the bloc faces escalating terrorism in the Sahel region. ECOWAS aims to raise $2.4 billion to create this force, and announced by the regional body's commissioner in charge of political affairs, peace and security, Abdel Fattah Musa, on Tuesday at the ongoing 3-day consultative meeting of the commandants of the 3 designated ECOWAS training centers of excellence in Abuja. Musa highlighted the severity of the terrorist threat in the region, with Burkina Faso now surpassing Afghanistan as the most terrorized state. Despite progress in Nigeria against Boko Haram, Musa emphasized the need for collective action to address terrorism across the region. And that's a package tonight. But just before we go, a quick reminder of some of our headline stories tonight. I told you that the Akwa Ibom State Governor, Pastor Moino, has been conferred with an award of exemplary leadership by the people of Ikot-Ipinne Senatorial District. More individuals are being summoned by the Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly to explain their rules in the failure of the resuscitation contract of government on the defunct Kwa River Hotels, Eket, 22 years after it was signed. I also told you that the Managing Director of Akwa Ibom Investment Corporation, Mr. Mobasi Jacob, has expressed the readiness of Governor Moino to strengthen state-owned enterprises for maximum productivity. That's the package tonight. Thanks for your time. My name is Mercy Ekere, and from me, it's good night.